Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Thursday edition of Source 16 News. I'm Eddie Owen. Thanks for joining us. Well, Jenny Stewart Medical Center's Occupational Medicine Clinic is now a proud member of the Hopkinsville Christian County Chamber of Commerce. Chamber officials hosted a ribbon-cutting ceremony this morning at the 222 West 18th Street Clinic to celebrate the new partnership. Vice President of Clinical Services Deborah Bauer said she's thrilled about this new partnership.
Well, Jenny Stewart Medical Center has always been a chamber member and a very strong chamber supporter. As an occupational medicine center, we are going to have a presence independent of the hospital out on the bypass eventually. This is our temporary location. So we wanted to make sure we had the chamber resources available to us to be able to support and market.
The clinic provides injury prevention and other on-site services to area businesses and industries. A local state trooper was one of 7 Kentucky state troopers honored today for going above and beyond the call of duty to make our highways safer. Trooper Nathan Klinkenbeard, a 2-year veteran from the Mayfield post, received the Excellence in Highway Safety Award for occupant protection. Trooper Klinkenbeard, standing here in the middle, wrote 482 seatbelt citations in 2010. He resides in Cadiz with his wife and 2 children and is a native of Hopkinsville. The Excellence in Highway Safety Awards are based upon the highest number of occupant protection, speed, driving under the influence, commercial motor vehicle citations written, and educational programs provided during 2010. The award ceremony was held today at Kentucky State Police Headquarters in Frankfort. A 101st Airborne Division Rakkasan Company commander has received the 2010 General Douglas MacArthur Leadership Award. U.S. Army Captain Joshua Powers, commander of A Company, 3rd Battalion, 187th Infantry Regiment, 3rd Brigade Combat Team, received the recognition for his leadership abilities both at home and while deployed in Afghanistan. Fort Campbell officials say the 2004 Virginia Military Institute graduate demonstrated outstanding leadership while commanding A Company and brought essential company-level leadership skills to bear through the preparation and execution phases of Task Force Iron Rakkasan's year-long mission to Afghanistan. Powers, a native of Atlanta, Georgia, was one of 14 active duty officers selected to receive the award. Well, the Mayfield Fire Department in Graves County is receiving federal funding to help protect the health and safety of local residents. First District Congressman Ed Whitfield has announced that the Mayfield Fire Department received around $91,000 in assistance to firefighters grants, or AFG, from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. The grant funds will be used by the Mayfield Fire Department for operations and safety expenses. The grants are awarded through a competitive process overseen by fire service experts. Applications are reviewed on how the funds will fulfill the top priorities of the AFG program, which are operations and safety and vehicle acquisition. Well, come on out and join Big Brothers Big Sisters of Western Kentucky this Saturday as they kick off their 37th annual Bowl for Kids' Sake. Executive Director James Willey says Saturday's Bowl for Kids' Sake is a major fundraising event for the organization.
Where will all this money go towards?
It goes to funding the mentoring program in Christian County. The mentoring program is basically what we do is first of all, we recruit adult volunteers.
In addition, the executive director says there's still plenty of time to register for the bowling extravaganza and that any business or area resident is encouraged to participate.
We have teams come from businesses, teams come from other organizations, teams come from churches, teams come from neighborhood associations. We have a variety of sources where teams are formed.
The Bowl for Kids' Sake event will be held at Indian Hills Bowling Center at 3001 Canton Pike in Hopkinsville. If you'd like to register your organization for Saturday's Bowl for Kids' Sake, contact the organization 886-8172. An unidentified man is in critical condition after being flown to a Nashville hospital early this morning after being injured in a freak accident. According to Clarksville Police, the FACT team was called out to Heritage Point Circle apartment complex in the Exit 1 area off of Tinytown Road around 3:15, where a U-Haul had gotten stuck in the mud while trying to turn around. In an attempt to get the U-Haul free, police say it hit a dumpster and the dumpster hit a man, causing a metal bar on the dumpster to break free and impale the man in the upper chest. The man was flown from the scene to Vanderbilt University Medical Center. Clarksville police are continuing to investigate that accident. 3 Hopkins County residents were injured in a head-on collision on Ilsley Road in Earlington yesterday afternoon. The Hopkins County Sheriff's Department reports 19-year-old Sean Brandon of Dawson Springs was driving west on Kentucky 112 Ilsley Road when he lost control of his car around the 2700 block and crashed head-on into a vehicle driven by 31-year-old Bridget Williams of Earlington. Brandon, Williams, and her passenger, 36-year-old Steve Gray of Dawson Springs, were transported to Regional Medical Center in Madisonville, where they were treated and released. Authorities report Ilsley Road was closed for about 35 minutes to clean up the accident scene. The Sheriff's Department was assisted at the scene by the Earlington Fire Department. A Hopkinsville man was arrested last night for drug trafficking after police executed a search warrant at his home and found crack cocaine, marijuana, and guns. According to Hopkinsville police, a search warrant was issued at the home of 40-year-old Benjamin Harrison Elgood at 109 North Jessup Avenue around 8:10. During the search, police found crack cocaine, marijuana, and 2 handguns inside the home, and Elgood admitted to officers he lived there and he was the only one in the house. Elgood was taken into custody and charged with first-degree trafficking in a controlled substance, cocaine, trafficking in marijuana, 8 ounces to under 5 pounds, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. He was lodged in the Christian County Jail. A Benton man was arrested on several drug charges after being stopped for a traffic violation. A Marshall County Sheriff's deputy pulled over 41-year-old Lee M. Farmer on Murray Highway due to his trailer not having working tail lights and because the vehicle had crossed the center line a few times. Once Farmer was stopped, the deputy found methamphetamine, marijuana, and drug paraphernalia on him. After Farmer consented to a search of his residence, police reportedly found items consistent with manufacturing meth. Farmer was taken into custody and charged with first and second degree possession of a controlled substance, possession of marijuana and drug paraphernalia, prescription controlled substance not in proper container, unlawful possession of a meth precursor, and a couple of traffic violations. Farmer was taken into custody and lodged in the Marshall County Jail. One Hopkinsville church is giving back to the community. New Work Fellowship on Canton Pike is hosting a benefit Christian rock concert tomorrow night featuring the popular band Hearts of Saints and Casey Burke's band.
Hearts of Saints, they've gotten a lot of publicity lately. They got an album on iTunes, so they're getting pretty popular. Great band. Admission is $3 and 1 can good at the door.
All the proceeds will go to the Challenge House Foundation, and donated canned food items will go to the Aaron McNeil House. Pastor of Media Admissions at New Work Fellowship, Willis Atkins, says they're constantly looking for ways to get outside the box and to reach out to the community. The Heart of Saints concert is at 6:30 tomorrow night at New Work Fellowship on Canton Pike. Admission $3 and 1 canned good. Kentucky Governor Steve Beshear today announced that the Secretary of Finance and Administration Cabinet, Jonathan Miller, has submitted his resignation. Miller is resigning to serve as senior advisor to Welford Energy, a firm dedicated to helping develop and finance clean energy projects across the country, and to join the Lexington law offices of Frost Brown Todd LLC. His resignation is effective March 31st. The governor has named Lori Hudson Flannery to replace Miller as the new Finance and Administration Cabinet Secretary as of April 1st. She has served as Deputy Secretary of the Cabinet for the past 3 years. Well, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission and Health Canada, in cooperation with Lowe's, has announced a voluntary recall of outdoor wood-burning fireplaces. The outdoor wood-burning fireplaces manufactured by Sunjoy Industries in Ohio are sold exclusively at Lowe's stores. This recall involves the Garden Treasures Living Steel outdoor fireplace with a bronze finished chimney and slate-colored accents. Sunjoy has received 14 reports of the chimney's decorative powder coat finish catching fire, resulting in one report of melted siding. Fortunately, no injuries have been reported. The outdoor wood-burning fireplaces were sold nationwide from March 2010 through November 2010 for about $300. For additional information, contact Sunjoy toll-free at 877-343-5651. Well, in case you missed the 10 o'clock and this morning's news, Christian County Circuit Court Judge Andrew Self yesterday set a trial date for 5 Hopkinsville residents accused of burning a vehicle and trying to blow up a house last year. Self scheduled the week of August 8th as the trial date for Roland Jackson and his wife Rachel, Josh Dykus, Jesse Decker, and Thomas Billings. The judge then released Roland Jackson from jail on his own recognizance and ordered him to be under house arrest and pay for his own ankle monitoring device. In addition, Self told Jackson, who is also charged with 2 counts of attempted murder, that he is only allowed to leave his residence for court appearances and to meet with his attorney. As previously reported by Source16 News, the 5 individuals are charged with multiple counts of second-degree arson and first-degree wanton endangerment for shooting into a North Main Street residence, setting a vehicle on fire, and placing an explosive device near the family's home on October 4th, 2010. Meanwhile, during another hearing yesterday afternoon, Judge Self denied a motion to reconsider his ruling regarding a mental health evaluation of a Nashville woman accused of attacking the wife of Hopkinsville Mayor Dan Kemp. However, Judge Self told 51-year-old Lori Ann Little's attorney, Nan Calloway of Elkton, that he may renew the motion to reconsider at Little's March 30th pretrial conference. Calloway spoke briefly to Source16 News and stated that her client does not need a mental health evaluation and that her client does not have a history of mental illness. Little is accused of forcing her way into the Kemp's Deepwood residence and physically assaulting Henrietta Kemp by pulling her hair on December 15th. She remains in the Christian County Jail on a $35,000 bond. Well, Friday's Mega Millions jackpot is $151 million, and Saturday's Powerball jackpot is $54 million.